this is a great start. Baz the Leader, as you mentioned, Brian, quite rightly so, makes things happen. 82 miles an hour, so it's good pace. It's not express, but it's a good hustle. Already made Fakir Zaman's 3 deliveries against him very uncomfortable. The key for Baz the Leader, I guess, is to try and control that run rate as well.
You're a relieved man to get off strike there, will Fakir Zaman, but perhaps he'll be back on strike now because of an overthrow. Tom Cooper's throw hitting the stumps, ricocheting away, and the batsman able to take advantage. You could make a case there for saying that Tom Cooper should have kept hold of the ball. No chance at all of running out Fakir Zaman. Little cutter, slower ball from Baz the Leader, just a single. Viv Kingma down at third man. Baz the Leader, one of only 2 ever presents in the Netherlands World Cup Super League campaign. Scott Edwards the other.
Right, I'm over for you. Well, this is the area Baz the Leader needs to close out the over. It's been good so far. Limit those boundary balls. Keep applying pressure. Pakistan only going at 3.7 and over.
Not timed at all by Babar Azam. Vikramjit Singh on the mid-wicket boundary, just a single. 4 runs off Baz the Leader's first over. Pakistan 56 for 1.
I'm Dr. Lakeisha Simmons. 4 years ago, I was a single mom and I was living paycheck to paycheck. That's when I downloaded the free Personal Capital app and it changed my financial future. I linked all of my accounts and I instantly saw where I stood.
Well, this is the area Baz the Leader needs to close out the over.
Vikram Singh coming in off the mid-wicket boundary.
Quietly going about their business, 50 off 60. Fakir Zaman has been the main contributor. A bit more aggressive. Babar just getting into his groove, 15 from 27. Lovely timing, but excellent. Max O'Dowd again, he's been busy at backward point, but that came off the bat like a tracer bullet. Top order have always been pretty dominant for Pakistan. It's that middle order, I reckon, that fans back home in Pakistan will be keeping an eye on. Rizwan, Agha and Kushtil Shah. Shalab Khan's a good all-rounder. They need to put some runs on the board.
End of the over, and as Michael Goff says, that will be drinks. 16 gone then, and Pakistan winning the toss.
The best way to maximize summer is to create endless memories with a brand Toyota National Sales Event.
हो दोस्तों, बात पेमेंट की करें तो पेमेंट आपको 24/7 प्राइस पे आपको क्या मैच यहाँ पे हमें देखने को मिल रहा है और उम्मीद करेंगे दोस्तों कि आज के मैच में हाई स्कोरिंग मैच देखने को मिले। देखो यार, अगर पाकिस्तान को
the 1 wicket to fall, Imam Ul-Haq, the left-hander. LBW to Viv Kingma, a lovely bit of in-swing bowling by Viv Kingma, who bowled a good line of length. This is the setup. Viv Kingma, who was excellent in and around that good length area. Just keep an eye out for the shape. A little bit of shape back in. Imam Ul-Haq just falling over ever so slightly. And a brilliant review. Viv Kingma absolutely chuffed the bits.
And a bit fuller, that delivery as well. Here are the bowlers used thus far, 5 of them. Viv Kingma, the successful bowler. Deleda, very impressive in that 1 over he's sent down so far. Arian Dutt opening the bowling to the 2 left-handers, and that was good. Bit of fortune for Fakhar Zaman early on against Arian Dutt. But he is starting to look in ominous touch as far as the Dutch are concerned now.
6 boundaries in the power play for Pakistan, none since. So, although the runs have come fairly fluidly, I think Netherlands have done a good job to limit the boundaries outside that power play. But Fakhar Zaman has last 20 runs have been pretty fluid. Generally wanting width to try and crash the ball through the offside.
Arian Dutt at 3rd man in front of our commentary box, and a good bit of work from him, moving to his wrong side to keep the batsman down to a single.
Hands on deck here. Cameraman Benji down here at 3rd. Excellent work. They'll be busy all day. Gives us a thumbs up. Good effort, mate. Keep up the hard work. Not easy in these hot and sultry conditions.
Looking forward to him being quite athletic as well, actually, during the day, because if any 6s come this way, he's going to have to leap up and catch them. A little bit of a problem here, it appears, for Fakhar Zaman. He's got a problem with his elbow or his bicep. Just wonder whether it might be a wasp sting, maybe. Yeah, it's a wasp sting. A wasp has buzzed in. Just made its presence felt. It's that time of the year here in Europe where wasps are all over the place. So hopefully the sting isn't still in his arm. If it is, it'll have to be removed.
There she is, there she is. Little wasp under that left elbow. You could just see it, just buzzing around. Brilliant cam work again. Can be very uncomfortable. Just have a look here. Left elbow. There she is. There it is. Big one too. Did you see it?
I did, and I've got to say, I'm no big fan of wasps. Some people react quite badly to stings, actually.
Well, there used to be a cricketer from Pakistan, Wajidullah Wasti. Played in Ireland many years, club cricket. Close enough.
Getting ready for some waspish medium pace now from Baz de Leede. No ill effects for Fakhar Zaman, running that down to third man.
You just leave the jokes to me, Burgers.
Yes, I'll let it go through to the keeper. The keeper on my right-hand side. Mixing it up nicely, isn't he?
Hello.
Yeah, unbelievable form in that T20 World Cup qualifier in Zimbabwe. 170 runs at 56 and a strike rate of 126. And bowling, 9 wickets, economy rate 5.4. End of the over, 17 gone, 63 for 1.
The best way to maximize summer is to create endless memories with a brand new Toyota during the national sales event. Choose from your favorite Toyotas and start making unforgettable moments before it's too late. Toyota National Sales Event. Event ends September 6th.
Well, it's construction time again here in Rotterdam. New highway being built outside the VOC ground. Ball change outside the stadium. And there's Shiriz Ahmed, who we saw make his debut against the West Indies in June. Got Kyle Mayers out in his first over. Bowled very well as well in the T20 World Cup qualifier. Musa Nadeem Ahmed, his brother with him there, on 12th man duty. Tim Pringle. Change of ends for him, now operating from the pavilion end.
I tell you, if I was the older brother of Musa Ahmed, I would have been getting the youngster to do the drinks. Pringle back into the side, left arm orthodox. Next side defeats Scotty Edwards. Get through for a couple of wides. Good crowd forming here in Rotterdam. Lovely day, hot and a little bit humid. Ground looks at a real picture. Great opportunity again for Netherlands to test themselves against one of the powerhouses of the world.
I didn't bring you one through the gate. Oh, I like it, Pring.
It's an interesting approach this by Pakistan, isn't it? It's, as Pierce was mentioning earlier, quite old school in the way they go about things. Wickets in hand towards the back end. Is there merit in this approach in the modern game?
Well, certainly there is, but they did it against Australia and got themselves into a bit of trouble, but got them out of trouble and won that series. Clubbed away. It's a dangerous game. The way the game is going, 50 over cricket now, you think of England with the likes of Roy, Salt, Butler, Bairstow, Livingston, etc. setting the trend. Especially when you get on good surfaces, flat surfaces, against quality opposition. Last 18 months, top three for Pakistan have batted so much. They've scored the bulk of the runs. And I just wonder, in the back of their mind, like Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman, Imam ul Haq, do they feel that little extra bit of pressure? They have to score the runs, hence the slow start.
Oh, yeah.
Rotating the strike nicely. 18 done. 67 for 1.
Very quiet start for Pakistan, and they exploded a little bit at the back end of the first power play with 3 boundaries and an over off Vivian Kingma. Since then they've been content by and large just to knock the ball around. No boundaries in fact since that power play. The other.
Into his skill sets.
Slogged high down towards third man. Viv Kingma. Oh, he's dropped it. He had it, then he lost it, then he had it again, and he lost it once and for all. Oh, and he's so crestfallen. But they've got to take these chances, the Dutch. They've built up the pressure.
Awful. Really, really poor miss. Baz de Leede does everything right. Viv Kingma never looked comfortable. He came in, I looked outside the commentary box, it looked like he got himself in an awkward position. He had 2 or 3 goes with it. Well, that's a shocker, I'm afraid. Just when Netherlands were getting on top.
सिंगल आया सिंगल.
Fakhar Zaman just feeling a little bit of pressure. Wanted the boundary. You mentioned, Brian, no boundary since the power play. Something had to give. Fakhar Zaman gave Viv Kingma a golden opportunity. That's a really, really poor miss. Not for the first time, Netherlands this summer, letting themselves down in the field.
They want the ground to open up and swallow him. So far, the opportunity that he created in this over wasn't taken. That just did a little bit off the seam, that one. Good carry as well. Look at that, Scott Edwards taking that with both feet off the ground. 84 miles an hour, that delivery.
Viv Kingman then a third. Gets himself 10 yards off the rope and backtracking. That's one of the key mistakes. He's backtracking. That's a really, really big let off.
End of the over. What should have end of the first power play with 3 boundaries and an over off Vivian Kingma. Since then, they've been content, by and large, just to knock the ball around.
Well, you would think 300 is bare minimum for Pakistan here today.
बैन आज का पहला वनडे मैच खेला जा रहा है। इसको अपने मोबाइल की स्क्रीन पर लाइव देखने के लिए सिंपल सा काम करें, आपके सामने सबसे पहले आप लोगों ने गूगल में चले जाना है। यहां पर आप लोगों ने सर्च करना है apkusb.com। ये सिंपल से स्पेलिंग है apkusb.com। आप लोगों ने इसको गूगल के अंदर सर्च कर लेना है। जैसे ही सर्च करेंगे यहाँ पर आप लोगों को पहले नंबर के ऊपर एक वेबसाइट मिल जाती है, इसके ऊपर आप लोगों ने क्लिक कर लेना है। जैसे ही आप क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ पर स्ट्रीम वर्ल्ड टीवी का आप लोगों को एक आर्टिकल मिल जाता है, दूसरे या तीसरे नंबर पर मौजूद है। इसके ऊपर आप लोगों ने क्लिक कर लेना है। जैसे ही आप क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ पर